Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to this week's episode of Monday Motivation. I believe we're on episode number 73, which shows that these Facebook Lives are no longer a thing of the past, are no longer something new, but are definitely something that helps you and I to connect together, you and I to be able to speak to each other, and you and I to be able to connect in this way on a Monday morning. So why do a Monday motivation? Why watch it? If you or someone you know needs a little bit of a pep up on a Monday morning, then I'd love you, absolutely love you to share this on your timeline so that, you know, somebody else that could do with a little motivation to their morning, their Monday, even their week can join ahead. So hello and welcome to this episode of Monday Motivation, and this week it is all about taking good care of yourself. Now, some of you will call this self-care, some of you will call this self-love, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper this morning in discussing really great ways to help us all take care of ourselves, because what's good for me is good for you, and what's good for you is definitely good for me. So if you are watching, which I can see some of you are, if you could just say a little hello in the box. Let's see if these comments are working for us. Yes, they are, because already Ivona says, good morning, Jenny. Morning, Ivona. Thank you so much for joining. So, taking good care of yourself. I can put this down now and I can have my drink of water. And let's get started. So, hey, morning, Lisa. Good to see you on there as well. So taking good care of yourself. So why have I even chosen this as a subject? Especially when I get up really early on a Monday morning in preparation to broadcast these Monday Motivations live to you wherever you are. You might hear that I have a bit of a funny sounding throat, you might not. So this morning I've woken up with a bit of a scratchy throat, which is another really good reminder to take care of myself. And if you're feeling a little bit under par or under the weather, or just feeling like you need to kind of, reclaim your space in the world, then now might be a good reminder for you to take good care of yourself. So here are a couple of different ways that we can do that. And why should we do this? Because we really do need to get out of the notion that taking care of ourselves is something that's selfish, something that we do last after our family and friends, something that we do once everybody else is sorted out. Somehow within our culture, it's become the norm, it's become acceptable for us to take good care of ourselves, but only after everybody else first. And that by taking care of ourselves first, that it's the wrong quote unquote thing to do, or it's something that that we shouldn't do, because if we do it, then we're being really selfish. Or if we're doing it, hey Faye, mornings, we've got Faye, we've got Ivona, and we've got Lisa on the line live. I know we've got lots of others on the line. So if this is your first Monday Motivation and you're watching from wherever you are, type in and say good morning. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I suspect that you're likely to be watching this from the UK because it's early. But who knows, you might be on a different time zone, or you might be in America, being a bit naughty and late. So Candy's saying hi too. Hello. So why should we get into the habit of taking care of ourselves? Because as I am willing to put good money on it, I'm willing to bet that each and every one of you watching this either live now or on the replay, I'm willing to bet that you are already taking care of someone else or some other else, so a lot of other people too. So I'm willing to bet that it might be people, it might be pets, it might be property, it might be a business, it might be something else. But I'm willing to put good money on it that you guys are watching. So we've got you guys are watching, you guys are taking care of other people and other things, and it's likely that it's not just one thing, it's a multiple things. And if that's you, this message is going out especially to you, because you are the person most likely to negate how important it is to check in and look after yourself. So now we've got Ivona says she's watching from London, which I know is London in the UK. We have got Faye who's watching from Manchester. We also have, hey, Gina's watching. She says, morning, lovely. She's tuning in for 10 minutes and then she's off onto the tube. Excellent. If you get onto one of those stations that has Wi-Fi, you can have me playing in your ears and have everyone wonder what we're up to. And don't forget that if you are rushing to get kids ready and things like that, you're more than welcome to come back. Like, just come back, maybe save this video so that you can watch it later. Even better still, come back to this page, and if you haven't already liked it, where have you been? But if you haven't already liked this page, just go in and click on the notifications, so anytime that I go live and share any juicy nuggets, you can either watch and join in with me live, or you can come back and get a little bit of a pep up for your day, your Monday, even your week, who knows. So Faye says, we'll catch you all later. First day back at the office. You go for it, Faye. So here are some ways that we can do this. So, oh, Candy's watching from Stratford-upon-Avon. Hello, Candy in Stratford-upon-Avon. Didn't realise that's where you were, Candy. Good to see you. So, A up. Ian's watching. He's saying A up. Good morning, Jenny. So, Ian is in the north of England. So, here are some ways to start taking good care of yourself if you haven't already. And one of the things that I hear, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was saying when I speak to people, especially people that are running their own businesses, but actually people in general, I've got friends who work for really great organisations. And whenever I say to them, hi, how are you doing? One of the first responses is, oh, I'm really busy at the moment, which actually, if you think about it, how are you? I'm really busy isn't really a response. This is a symptom of something I think that is a bit deeper. And the symptom of this is that we are so busy trying to cram everything into our lives. And quite often we have got so many different things that we need to be doing, have to be doing, that it puts us in this busy mode. It stops us from being able to take in the world and take on the world. So here are three things we can do. Well, in fact, there's going to be more than three, but three main areas to look at to help you start taking good care of yourself, continue taking good care of yourself, or rise up a level or two in taking care of yourself. So the first thing is, like, start your day in a good way. Now, the first thing I'm going to name and call out on this is too many of my friends, certainly too many of us, and I do it every now and then when I kind of have to check myself before I wreck myself, but too many of you will start your day tired. And there's a really simple, it's not even a scientific reason why so many of you will start your day tired. And it's because you go to bed far too late. You know you've got to get up early in the morning to catch the train. You know you might need to get up early because the kids need taking care of, or you need to do something before you go off. Yet you go to bed far too late. So, like, start a little experiment with yourself this week. Watch how many hours sleep you really need. Some people are like, oh, I only need 4 hours sleep. No, but look at how many hours sleep you need to function. Look at what makes you more irritable. Look at what makes you less creative. Look at what makes you just like thrive in a really great and juicy way. And for those of you with children, when you try and put them to bed, especially when they're younger, and they tell you, I'm not tired, I don't want to go to bed, what do you tell them? Those of you with like godchildren, nephews, nieces, what do you tell them when they say, oh, I don't really want to go to bed yet? You say, look, you must get some sleep, you know, you grow into a big strong girl or boy or something like that. And you start to name the benefits of sleep. So what's good for them is just as good for you. So get a bit more sleep, will you? Sleep well and sleep regularly. Treat yourself as if you are that young baby that needs to get down at a certain time and up at a certain time. Give yourself the gift of sleep and try it as an experiment this week. If somebody says, oh, I'm going to ring you really late, say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make that. So when can we reschedule? If you're watching your favourite programme or re-watching your favourite programme, have a stop time, a hard stop time where you stop. And maybe, you know, for some of you, if you're doing this for the first time, because as adults, and I know that people that work closely with me, when I talk about this, they don't have any schedule in their day to say, you know what, I'm going to stop working at this time, I'm going to have some downtime, then I'm going to go to bed. They normally say, I'm going to go to bed around 10, midnight, something like that. Give yourself this great big time. So get some sleep, really. Sleep well, sleep regularly. Go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time. okay? And you'll start to notice almost immediately, not only just the health benefits, the way in which you feel, the energy that you have. You'll notice that you might have foggy thinking, you'll feel clearer, you'll feel better. That's a really practical way just to start taking really great care of yourself, and you'll notice a difference. And I'd love to, in a way, sort of keep you accountable to this. So type in the box below the time that you're going to go to bed all of this week. Even if you need to go to bed at the same time as your children, do that. Ian says he totally agrees. He's been known to sneak off to bed at 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. some days when he's feeling tired. Good on you. And isn't it a shame that you feel that you have to sneak off to do that? For those of you that are in my Facebook group, the Visibility Vibes Tribe, you'll start to notice that in the last few months, and although I've been doing this for a while, I've been strict with myself, in the last few months, or if you're in any group with me, you'll notice that I probably won't go in and comment after about 9:30 at night. You might see a comment first thing in the morning, like 6 or something like that. But I tend to, I have to shut down and shut off, which means not being on Facebook really late and having the glare of the screen to keep me awake that couple of extra hours that I could be sleeping and resting. You know, if I'm going to serve and show up in the best way for you guys, I need to lead by example. So Ian, you are absolutely spot on. And I think that's great for you honouring yourself, especially as you do look after kids and you work and you run a business and you do a gazillion other things you run. It's really, really important. And your body will definitely thank you. So other ways to start your day the good way. You know, some of you will need a kind of a buzz in the morning. And for some of us, we get that from exercise, you know, going to the gym, going for a run, going for a walk. Some of you, believe it or not, you get that buzz and that start in doing something else, like a meditation or relaxation or journaling or anything else like that. Whatever it is for you, there is no right or wrong, better or worse, good or bad or anything else like that. But whatever it is for you, identify the thing that gets you zinging. And if that thing gets you zinging, then do it. But whatever it does, it needs to be something that gets you really motivated to start your day. And the reason why it works so well starting your day this way is because when you start the day like that, you don't know what's about to come, you don't know what's ahead, you don't know what kind of highs or lows you might swing through on that day. So it sets yourself, it's like pressing the reset button, and it sets yourself up for being in a place where you can handle whatever life throws at you. You've heard the expression, when life throws you lemons, make lemonade. Well, be able to catch the lemons in the first place because you've sharpened your mind or done something that resets you and gets you into that place. So Ivona asks, so what about little naps in the day? Don't do that, but think I need it sometimes. Well, I'm gonna make a massive presupposition, and I could have this wrong. I reckon, Ivona, the reasons why you might think that you need those naps in the day, and there's nothing, like I say, this is not about right, wrong, good or bad. But the reason I suspect you need those naps in the day is because you're not getting the sleep that you need at night. It's interesting. I do nap in the day, but the only time I tend to nap is if I'm not very well. And my body needs that extra bit of sleep. Or I've been pushing it too hard in the first place. So there's nothing wrong with naps, you know, and our European friends have been known to take siestas for many centuries. However, look at the root cause. If you feel the need to nap in the day and you don't have an underlying health condition or massive body change or something that's going on, it's likely that you're not getting, the root cause of it is getting good quality sleep. And the reason that I'm going to call, not Ivona out on this, but anybody that's watching this either live or on the replay, is because if I say, yeah, go for naps, that's good, some of you will then give yourself permission to go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because, oh, well, I can have naps in the day. And it's a way that you might stop-start. So think about the root cause of why you're even needing those naps in the day. And unless you're doing something, as I say, you've got an underlying health condition that calls for that, or a change, you know, so many women go through things like menopause and stuff like that. And there's a very famous poem, The 7 Stages of Man. So whether you're male or female, there'll be different changes that you experience as you go through certain ages. Your brain changes chemically and things like that. But normally speaking, that normally points to a root cause of something that's happening in the sleep. Maybe you're getting a certain amount of hours sleep, but you're not getting restful sleep, or you're getting broken sleep. So that's all I would say about that. But if you really do feel tired, you know, you guys who are watching, consult a doctor if it is really going through that. Lisa's going, yay, naps are the best, and they certainly are, but watch the reason for that. Okay, what else have we got here? Yeah, you're saying you tend to feel guilty about doing that, and this is the thing. Guilt is a really wasted emotion. I could do a whole new other live on that. But in terms of feeling great and taking good care of yourself, feeling guilty, I know I've been there a gazillion times, and I'm sure I'll go back there again. The emotion of guilt is quite a static emotion. It renders you not able to do anything. So if you're feeling guilty, for example, about an afternoon nap, you're likely that you're not going to go for the nap because you feel guilty about it. Because guilt is one of those emotions that has you go, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should be doing this. I can't move. Whereas anger or passion or something like that has you moving to do something. Hope that makes sense. So Ivona, yes, sometimes you work like Ivona. I'd like you to commit to us, whether it's down here or over in the Visibility Vibes Tribe group. And anyone else who's watching along, me too, what time are you going to go to bed this week? Now, I am going out to an event on Wednesday evening, but, you know, what time am I going to go to bed this week? I'm going to aim to be in bed by and asleep by 11 at the very latest, earlier if I can, because I tend to get up in the winter about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Okay, so the next couple of things that I wanted just to go through to help you take good care of yourself is knowing how to change your mood. Now, this is important, and funnily enough, I spent the day yesterday with my lovely friend from America. Although we connected online, we'd never physically had time to sit in the same room and speak, and we met through a mastermind that we were part of in the United States. So know how to change your mood. Now, we were talking about this because there are so many, you know, living life, especially for those of you that are entrepreneurs or run your own business, or maybe responsible within a business. So you've got quite a senior position, maybe you're a consultant or something like that. One of the things that sometimes can sideswipe us as we go through our day is our mood. Or sometimes in sort of, you know, other places we call it our state of mind or our mood. And throughout the day, in fact throughout minutes and hours of a day, we can swing from high to low to anything else in between. So one of the things that the most successful people I know are really great at when it comes to knowing how to change your mood or change your state is knowing that if you're hitting a low, how long to stay in the low, because there's nothing wrong with being in that. It teaches us stuff, but knowing how to come out of it, when to come out of it, and so on and so forth. And one of the things that we were talking about was I remember recounting a particular time when, you know, a block of life really had not been going well for me, and I became aware, and I remember saying to her, I realised that whether I went through the day feeling great or went through the day feeling bad, my circumstances and everything was exactly the same. And I recalled that how I got through that and lived through that was just putting myself in what I called a place of abundance, places that I could feel abundant. And as many of you may have heard me say before, Greenwich Park, I live really close to Greenwich Park in London. It's one of those places I literally step foot on that park and sigh and just feel really great again with myself. And we need to find our places that can do that. And quite often, in order to change our mood or our state, there's a commonly held belief that it needs to be somewhere very exuberant and expensive or expansive in terms of we have to put a lot of money to it or put a lot of effort or make it hard, when actually it could be the little corner. Kermit the Frog said about sitting on the stair. You know, it could be sitting on your favourite stair at home. It could be sitting in the park. It could be wrapping yourself with your duvet and sitting on the sofa. It could be going to a local cafe that you love. It could be taking a walk with your pet. It could be anything. But know the places, know the ways in which you can change your mood or change your state. It could just be flicking through, I know this is a bit retro, a photo album. It could be flicking through your phone and looking at photos that reminded you of an event or an occasion that you went to. All of these things help to change your mind, change your mood and change your state. Why? Because your brain doesn't realise when you're connecting with those feelings that it's not happening again. So your brain will remember those good feeling vibes and send your body flooding with lots of lovely oxytocin and lots of other great feeling chemicals as well. That alone will reset you, will help you to change your mood, change your mind and enhance you, so that whatever's going on in your life, whether you deem it good or bad, you will still feel the same. You know, you can get to a place and think, you know what, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And when you can get to that place, that will change how you feel. So your state of mind or changing your mood. And then finally, like, know who you want to be. And this is a really, really important piece. You know, there's been lots of stuff that I've shared and that you guys have shared here as well. But here's the thing. Knowing who you are and who you want to be in a place that you don't beat yourself up. So you don't say, oh, one day I want to do this thing, so until that time, you know, I'm not good enough. And again, you know, even yesterday when I was talking to my lovely friend, you know, I was saying there was a point in my life where, you know, true story, I used to say, I'll feel good when I have a family. I feel good when I have children. I feel good once I'm pregnant, you know. And for those of you that know that side of my personal story, that didn't happen. Can you imagine if that's all I was hanging on to in life? You know, some people say, I'll feel happy when I, you know, get this certain job at work, or I feel happy when I'm recognised for this, or I feel happy when I earn a certain amount of money, or I feel happy when something. And the problem with that is these are all conditions on our external world which we think we can control to every minutiae, but we can't always do that. So we need to find a way to be happy now. And one of the ways to be happy now is like kind of a quick, short, sharp cut to that, is to know who you have to be. So ask yourself the question, instead of like, oh, you know, I'll be happy when this whole place is tidied up and the kids are being good all the time, or I'll be happy when I've been promoted, or I'll be happy when I've earned £1 million so I can help the world. Why not try happiness now? Who is the person that has got that job? Who is the person who earns this money? Who is the person that does this philanthropic stuff? Ask yourself that question. Who is the person that does that? Because you'll find that for those of you that are into philanthropy, if I can even say it, if you decide that you're that person now, even if you only give 5 pence or 5 cents, that is still 5 pence or 5 cents that you're giving and being philanthropic, and you're doing it now. If you decide that when you get the big career progression, then you're going to start doing things differently, ask yourself, who is the person that has that career progression and what are they doing right now? And when you start to live your life from that place, you will notice like magic happening literally in front of your eyes and your life, because you put yourself in a different place, and you put yourself in the place that you really start to live the life that you want in the juiciest, most gorgeous way. So that's all for this week. But before we go off, I'd love to know, what are you going to be doing differently this week? Which of those things that you've heard are you going to be trying out, whether it's again for the first time or implementing into your life? I would love to know. I'd love it if you put it in the comment below, but I also appreciate that this is a public page and people can read your comments, and you might not want to do that. So if that's the case, just go to the top of the page there and click to join the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group, which is a closed Facebook group, which means that everything that you type in there can only be seen by other people in the group, which also means that your friends, family, Auntie Maud and old school friends don't see if you ever want to type questions or share something that feels like you want to share it with a like-minded community. Thank you so much for the love hearts and the thumbs up. So, thank you so much for the comments. And Ivona, don't beat yourself up about sleep. Just decide to do something different about it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And I guess next time I'll see you will be in the Q&A Wednesday over in the very same Facebook group, the Visibility Vibes Tribe. But until then, let me know either in the box below or over in the group, which of all of these different things that I've shared are you going to commit to doing this week? And if you want us to hold you accountable and hold your hand as you go through the week doing that, let us know, and we'll check in on you. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love to you. Bye for now.